From First Alert 7 News, with coverage of the Permian Basin, you're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Good morning, and thank you for streaming with us. I'm Lauren Munt, joined here with Sawyer McElroy for Wake Up West Texas Extra. Sawyer, I'm so nervous about being here.
It's just extra. It'll be a-okay. You know, there's no rules here. You know, on not the Price is Right. Whose line is it anyway? The rules do not exist. You know, you can do.
So this is just we're just
chilling.
Exist.
We're hanging out. It's like a podcast. Even though you can see us. And
I'm not nervous about chit-chatting with you. We chit-chat all the time. I think that's going to be totally fine. I'm terrified for this computer.
Yeah, technology
I've been given a crash course. We've seen Matthew Alvarez run this thing so smoothly, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So bear with me if we have any technical issues. That is me. I am nervous about the computer, but the rest of it is going to be fine.
It'll be okay.
Just Sawyer and I chit-chatting. Speaking of chit-chatting, we have a lot to chat about with our West Texas Ways in polls. Let's take a quick look. Okay, we have our extra trivia of the hour. Which of the following Looney Tunes characters appeared first? The options there: Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tweety Bird, and Porky Pig.
I feel like it has to be Bugs Bunny because he's like the main character of Looney Tunes, but I also might say Tweety Bird.
I was gonna say Tweety Bird.
Yeah.
I actually think it might be just because Bugs Bunny feels too easy.
Yeah.
Like that just doesn't seem.
I'm going with Tweety Bird.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go. Wait. Yeah. I haven't logged on. Again, this is firstalert7.com/vote.
Yes.
If you haven't gone on there yet,
you can type that in, or there's a tab on our homepage that you can click on to vote. But yes, that is the extra trivia of the hour. Which of the following Looney Tunes characters appeared first? Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tweety Bird, or Porky Pig? I chose Tweety Bird because, yeah, Bugs Bunny does seem too easy. You know what? It would make sense because he is like the main character. Like when I think of Looney Tunes, I think of Bugs Bunny, of course. But
I feel like it's just like I think maybe in the intro, like Tweety Bird flies through or something first. Like it's it just feels like it might be Tweety Bird. Someone picked Porky Pig. That also is one that I feel like it just can't be Bugs Bunny. I wouldn't be surprised if it was any of the others, but Bugs Bunny just feels too easy, which maybe we're wrong for deciding that way, but that's what I'm going with.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Of course, we put in our answers. We locked them in. We can't change them, and we can't look it up, Lauren. So that is the thing. We are going to be good, and even if we, figure out the answer or something, we will not change it as we head into through the morning. And of course, we'll give you the answer in about
an hour,
50 minutes or so. Yeah. So.
Well, we have next poll on West Texas Ways In. If you could only keep one modern invention, which would you pick, Sawyer? The options there: cars, microwaves, smartphones, and air conditioning. Oh. Each one I read, I was like, oh, yeah, I want to keep cars. Oh, wait, yeah, I want to keep microwaves.
Well, it's not showing up yet. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I chose air conditioning.
Air conditioning.
I cannot do the heat out here. I do not like it. Even then, even though I have air conditioning, electricity is very expensive out here, and so I can't keep my house on what I would like it to be set on because my electric bill would be like $400 a month, and I can't do that. So
I think that there are ways around some of these others. You can take the bus. You can. I don't love a microwave anyway. I think an air fryer is better, so we can do air fryer instead.
I've really not gotten into the air fryer.
Oh, really? I highly recommend. Smartphones, as much as I would love to have my smartphone, I think I can live without it. I think I'm also going air conditioning because it's just too dang hot here. Okay, our next poll. This one involves you and I, Sawyer.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Who is most likely to be the best at pranks? That is between Matthew, Sawyer, myself, and Jacob.
I was going to say, honestly, Jacob still.
I don't know.
Jacob usually wins any poll that he is in on our
show.
I've
got some votes.
You do. Matthew, I don't agree with.
Let's see.
I chose Jacob, so that's why it went down.
I think the problem is, to be good at pranks, you have to be good at being very sarcastic in order to follow through with the prank. And I think that holds true for every single one of us. I think it's a very sarcastic.
I have a horrendous poker face. I'm going to just put that out there. I have a horrendous poker face. So if I'm pranking somebody, they will know because I will either reveal it or laugh or look suspicious in some type of way because I have such a terrible poker face. So I chose Jacob. You know, he's mischievous. He gets into trouble around here. Not in the sense that he gets into trouble, but he
is our boss Sawyer. Careful there.
But no, so he, I could 100% see Jacob pulling pranks, and I feel like he has before, quite honestly. I don't have any specific, events coming to mind, but I feel like he has done that. I do want to mention thank you to everybody who is joining us on our Facebook Live. We have 21 viewers, Lauren.
Wow.
I am monitoring the comments this morning because Matthew Alvarez is gone. We actually are up to 23 now, so that is very exciting.
Wow, thank you
nobody
for
has
watching.
commented yet, but if you would like to chime in, tell us where you're watching from, say hello to Lauren, who joined yesterday, but I'm back. Still not feeling terribly great, but
but
had
you're
to
here,
suck
and
it up
that's
today.
all.
So here we are, and then you get Lauren tomorrow as well during Wake Up
Yes.
West Texas and Wake Up West Texas Extra. So it is
Here
a
all morning,
girls'
guys.
week as we head through the rest
Ooh, I
of
like
this
that.
week. A whole female crew.
Just kick Matthew out. Why do we need him?
No, we don't need him. It's fine.
We can handle it.
That's a lie. He's great.
We
He does so
absolutely
much work
cannot.
around here.
Matthew, please
No.
come back if you're watching.
But also, we have another poll. Which of the following superpowers would you pick? Oh, this is a different one because we've had this question before, but these are different options to choose. See into the future, see into the past, never get tired, or never get hungry. Those are all hard. I don't know if I'd want to see into the future.
No, I don't want to see into the future, and I don't want to see into the past.
I would not want to see in the past because why? I like sleep, so never getting tired sounds not fun to me. I would say never get hungry because then I'd probably be a skinny legend. So
Okay, this is hard. Okay, so I'm between never get tired and see into the past.
okay. What
Because,
changed?
well, okay, so here's the thing about see into the past. I would like clarification on is it just like look through a looking glass into the past? And
Or
just
like live
can
in
I
it?
go in it? Because
Yeah, that's a good question.
loved
History.
the the Magic Treehouse books growing up, and they would just like travel in the treehouse to all of those different historical places. And I'm big history person. My minor's in history. I love history. So I think it depends. I don't know if I want to like just watch,
Yeah, and look into
but
it.
like I definitely could if I got to like go and be without there being consequences. We all saw Back to the Future. I don't want there to be consequences, but if I could just like go into the past, I'm gonna pick into the past. Well, never get tired is awesome too, though, because we work a
in
terrible
this job,
shift.
yeah, I was gonna say in this job, not
And I
never
fell
getting
back
tired.
asleep this morning.
She did. She
I
was
came
like,
in late
sorry,
today.
I fell back to sleep, and I was like,
My
great.
alarm went off at 2:30. I answered a text from you at like 3:30.
Yeah, you did. A
And
couple
then
of texts actually.
I don't know what happened after that. I really don't. I was sitting at my bed and I was looking at my phone, and next thing I knew it was 4:30.
Oh, goodness
And
gracious.
I was very much so asleep.
Yeah,
so,
no, I've never done that, luckily. Knock on wood. I've never been late to work. I've never overslept.
Really?
Yeah, and I only have 2 alarms set in the morning, about 5-10 minutes apart. So
You have 2 alarms
only
set?
2.
Can we bring the camera back up? Hold on. I'll show you all of my
Okay. Maybe.
alarms that I have set. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see. Look, okay, these are my alarms for the morning. I don't know. Do you want me to on cam 2 to show it? Okay. I have 2 a.m., 2:15 a.m., 2:30 a.m., 2:40 a.m., 2:50 a.m., 3 a.m., 3:15 a.m., 3:25 a.m., 3:30 a.m., and 3:40 a.m.
Yeah, no, I
Those
have
are
2
all-
singular alarms. I have 5 alarms in
No,
total.
those are all my
on my
alarms.
alarm clock app. One is for when I work a normal shift, or I used to work a normal shift. It's at about 8:30 to 9 every day. I have my weekend one, and then I have my nap alarm because I nap every day.
I'm like filled
And then I
with
have 2 for
alarms.
the morning. So, and neither of them have a snooze button either, so I can't snooze. So if I
Well, I don't worry about snoozing because there's another alarm in 10 minutes anyway,
no.
so I don't. But I
I always
have.
wake up, and half
You
the
just
time
wake
anymore,
up?
half the time I'm awake anyway when my alarm goes off. Like I usually wake up 10 minutes before my alarm anyway, just because I've gotten used to this shift. I mean, you're still pretty new
I was
to
just
this
say, I am
shift,
very
so,
new to the shift.
The good news is, yeah, I'm always kind of up anyway.
No, I am not. I am for sure like I need 5 million alarms, and like half of those alarms aren't even like wake up alarms. The wake up alarms go through 3 a.m. The 3:15 alarm is like you need
to get up now.
Well, I mean, the 3 a.m. alarm is you need to get up now. The 3:15 a.m. alarm is like you need to stop what you're doing and like get ready to get out the door. Like I need to go downstairs. I need
So
to
you
grab
keep
all
them
of my
up
stuff.
when you're still
Yeah, no,
up
they go like
anyway.
throughout the entire morning.
Interesting. Yeah, no, not
And so
me.
the 3:15 is like I need to go. Director's worried about Katie, my roommate, Katie.
They don't
worry.
share actual rooms.
I was gonna say she's in a separate bedroom on like there's a wall between, and also she's half deaf. So she's like fully deaf in one ear. She can't hear anything.
Yeah, she can't hear.
So she has no idea.
She's knocked out.
She is knocked out. She's also like the deepest sleeper ever. I'll like the next day I'll be like, oh my gosh, Katie, did you hear that like massive like car accident or whatever that like woke me up last night? And she's like, no, I had no idea.
That's crazy.
We've stayed at we'll go down to Alpine because my sister lives there. We'll go with like friends there. We'll stay at the Hotel Holland. And if you've ever stayed at the Holland Hotel, the train is right there. She slept through the whole thing.
Oh.
I remember we went, like it was a girls trip we went, and it was like a couple of us, and we were like, Katie, did you hear the trains? And she was like, no, not at all. And we were all like,
That's
it
crazy.
woke us up. So don't worry about her and my 5 million alarms because she has absolutely no idea. Oops, dropped
don't
it.
drop
She
your
has
phone.
absolutely no idea that they're even going off because she's
No, I have
dead
two.
asleep.
I've never come into work late. I've never overslept. I've never fallen back to sleep. I mean, I have like once or twice, but it's never enough to like be late. Like it's like 5 minutes and I'll be like, oh, okay, still have time to go.
I'll be like getting ready and I'll be like sitting on the ground like tying my shoes or something and I'll just like fall
Oh my goodness.
asleep. I'm not doing well with this.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'll get used to it. I'm going on what like
Once I'm here, I'm very awake.
I'm going on like 2 years on this. 2? Yeah, 2 years on this
yeah.
shift. So I'm
going
definitely
on
getting
2
used to it.
months, so I'm
I'm not, still like used to it. Like we've talked about this before. I do not like getting up early. I love to sleep in. If I could sleep all day, I 100% would. But and going to bed at 8 o'clock is not like my niece and nephew who are like 3 and 7 go
you
to
go to
bed
bed at 8?
Yeah. They go to bed later than I do, so it's kind of depressing because I'm like auntie's going to bed and they're like, okay, we're gonna be up for a couple more hours, and I'm like, great.
I
you
go to
guys
bed
are
at 7.
babies. I mean, I get ready for bed
Okay.
at 7, so I go to bed between about 7:30 and 8 every night. Give or
Last night I
take.
didn't go to bed till 10.
Oh,
I'm really struggling. I think that's
Yeah.
why I'm gonna pick never get tired for my superpower because I'm for sure falling asleep a little bit.
it would be
here.
nice to not get tired, but I do
Yeah.
love sleep, so it would be nice to like want to actually sleep. I do want to mention my mother said, hello ladies, good morning mom.
Good
Have a great
morning.
day. It's her final day before spring break because they go on their spring break
Oh,
next week and she only
awesome.
has a 4-day work week in
I miss
Colorado.
spring
So
break.
I know, it was so funny. We had, who was it? We had somebody in last week. Was it? Oh, it was when we were at Disney on Ice. One of the people there was like, oh, what are you guys doing for spring break? And,
I was like, I'm
and
working.
all 3 stations were there and we all turned and were like, working? Like, what do you mean? What are you doing
I'm
for spring
working.
break? Because yes, we all have to work, but
Everyone I knew was like on these like tropical vacations. So
Yeah.
like my best friend, she's a teacher. So she and her husband were in Hawaii. My brother was in Florida. My little sister was at South Padre Island. And I was like, oh, and Wyatt Nunn,
Yeah, he
our
went
sports
to
reporter, he went to Cancun.
Yeah.
And who else was at a beach? My boyfriend's parents, they were at a beach in Jersey. I'm like, I was here.
Yeah.
We did Katie and I bought like sun tanning beds, like the little like pool floaty ones. We did that on Saturday, but then it got really, really cold.
Yeah. So Sunday definitely didn't want to do that. Saturday was nice. You can bring them back out this weekend though, because it is
I
looking
know.
nice this weekend. Let's check where we are at on time. It's about 7:13. So if we want to head to break or read this really quick, make sure to take us with you wherever you go. You can watch your favorite First Alert 7 shows on our app. Download it now on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. Start your mornings with Wake Up West Texas from 5 to 7 and then Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9 every weekday morning. You can also watch us live on the First Alert 7 Facebook page and YouTube channel as well. But now we are going to take a quick break. When we come back from that, I'm going to do some weather and then we have some local stories to tell you about
Lots of local
here
stories to tell
on
you
Wake
about.
Up West Texas Extra. Stay with us.
Every night at 10,
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight,
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
and what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first,
new tonight, we'll remember we were your first alert when several MI.
asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10.
How can you eat the slop? Hungry for laughs?
My mouth is tone deaf.
Then enjoy 2 helpings of humor.
Here, have some more of my pot roast.
Every weeknight. So whether it's a main dish.
Looks like some mighty good fried chicken.
Steak?
Something lighter.
Sandwiches from the mess tent.
Or just dessert.
That's an ice cream churn.
Make way for the ice cream.
Why don't we go to the mess tent? They're serving humble pie.
Get your fill of funny with Nash and Andy.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on First Alert 7. And then stay tuned for First Alert 7 News at 4.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated?
How big of a problem is that?
We always try to give viewers a takeaway, something they can learn from a story.
Should they be revoking these certifications?
The public has a right to know. There are things that affect our homes, that affect our families, that affect our health, that we are learning every day from these stories.
It allows us to tell the best of the best stories and show them to you every day.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. Now from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Sawyer McElroy.
Good morning and happy Thursday, everybody. We are almost to the end of the week. Here's a look at those temperatures as we do start off the day. Temperatures currently ranging from the 40s to the 50s across the region. 54 currently in both Midland and Odessa. Might want a light jacket this morning. Those winds anywhere from being calm to about 10 miles per hour. We are starting off the day with clear skies and quiet conditions across the region. And as we head through the day, expect lots of sunshine, those quiet conditions to continue as well as we do head throughout our Thursday and into our Friday. Temperatures are going to warm nicely, so it is cool this morning, but temperatures are going to be in the mid 60s by 10, right around 80 by noon, upper 80s and those low 90s coming up by 2, 4, and 6 in the afternoon. Temperatures today are going to warm into the 80s and 90s, so it is going to be feeling hot coming up later today. 90 for Midland and Odessa, 93 for Pecos, 92 for Fort Stockton, 93 for Presidio, and winds as we head through the day will remain light, anywhere from about 5 to 10 miles per hour under those sunny skies. Here's a look at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast, where we are going to see highs just continue to warm over the next couple of days, with highs into the 90s today, like I mentioned, but mid to upper 90s coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We are looking to at least tie, if not break records coming up all 3 of those days ahead of a very quick and short-lived cool down on Monday, where we are going to see temperatures going from the upper 90s on Sunday to the upper 70s on Monday. A touch breezy, of course, as that cold front does pass through the area, but overall well above normal temperatures sticking around, along with quiet conditions as we head throughout the majority of the next 10 days.
Perfect weather for spring break for many of our schools that are on spring break this week. We had several on spring break last week, others that were on spring break this week. They got kind of a cold start to it, but it's definitely seeming like a much better spring break for them now.
Yeah, you know, tomorrow is the first day of spring, but I feel like we're skipping right over spring and heading to summer with this forecast. But, you know, of course, stay hydrated, stay indoors if you can, and take frequent breaks if you do have to be outside, because we don't want anybody to get any heat illnesses, because it is going to be feeling rather hot, especially for the Big Bend area. I know a lot of people heading to the Big Bend because of spring break and stuff like that. It is going to be into the triple digits out there. So definitely want to keep that in mind. You know, pack a lot of water, because we did see, sadly, a fatality out there the other day because of, I know, can't really relate it to that, but you know, it was a heart attack. But of course, still heat-related illnesses can get you into the hospital.
Well, and they say that that's kind of the biggest thing that they see is danger out there in Big Bend. I went last year for spring break. We did a kind of a Big Bend tour, and I did a bunch of stories out there. And one of the things that the park ranger said is that is the most amount of kind of deaths that they see, unfortunately, in the Big Bend region is people, they overexhaust themselves. They go on these hikes that they think that they can handle if they've never, they're very difficult hikes out at Big Bend. If you've ever hiked it, there are some really difficult ones. And so they have those difficult hikes. They have people who just don't drink enough water. You're in the desert, you should. And anytime you're out kind of in that Big Bend region, we know that that is my favorite area to go to. So I frequent that area, but I'm always like your heat exhaustion, your mile. I mean, you've got Fort Davis, which is the tallest city in Texas. They are absolutely, you need to be drinking water when you're up there, that higher elevation. So yeah.
I'm okay. I'm from Colorado.
You're from Colorado.
No.
But anyway, it's a mile high. Isn't that crazy? Fort Davis is a mile high.
That's normal to me.
That's
but yeah, for Texans,
for
sure, that is a big difference. Matthew, we always joke. He's like, yeah, I want to go to Colorado, but he's like, I think I'll need a bottle of oxygen to take with me because he's like, I won't be able to do it. But, definitely have to be cognizant of that this week, especially even if you're just working on the oil rig or whatever you do outside. Just, be safe, be careful, drink water, take those breaks because it is going to be hot.
Yeah, and if you are traveling this spring break, many airports are a complete mess. We've been seeing this all over. My brother was stuck in Florida for like 2 days. Poor him. I know how terrible he was stuck there. But their airport's mess. TSA strapped as agents call out 5 weeks into a partial government shutdown.
And the shutdown has them on the verge of missing a second paycheck. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
At airports nationwide, the message, hurry up and wait.
I got an email saying I arrived 4 hours early.
In Atlanta, Reggie Monsanto got to the airport hours ahead of time.
It's a 45-minute flight, and we got up at 6 to get on a flight at 2.
In Houston, the wait so long, this guy pulled out a book to pass the time. In Philadelphia, 3 out of 6 TSA checkpoints were closed Wednesday as agents call out weeks into another partial government shutdown.
TSA agents are working without pay right now, and so that you need to be supportive of them as you're going through as well.
At airports in Houston, Atlanta, and New Orleans, more than a third of TSA workers have called out. Food pantries are popping up at airports to help cash-strapped TSA employees.
When you're having your officers tell you that they can't afford rent or they can't afford childcare, that weighs on you.
Stagnation at the airports as the stalemate in Washington continues. Congress had an impasse over reforms to the Department of Homeland Security. Wednesday, Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, the president's pick to lead the agency, made a plea at his confirmation hearing.
We have to get DHS funded. We have to. We're putting our homeland and the peace of mind at risk for the American people.
The acting deputy TSA administrator says if problems continue, entire airports could shut down. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Crazy traveling out there at all of those airports. It's been absolutely insane. Luckily, not too bad here at MAF. We did go by there and see, but most of our other airports we're seeing, Austin, Houston, a mess. I don't recommend. I'm going to Austin and I'm going to Houston in a month, and I'm going to Austin in a month, and so I'm hoping that things are better.
Fingers crossed things will be better in about a month or so, yes.
Yes, right here in West Texas, the community had the chance to connect with dozens of local nonprofits at the Busch Convention Center in Midland yesterday, celebrating 3 years of getting the word out about nonprofits. Young Professionals of Midland hosted around 40 organizations.
Attendees moved through stations highlighting different ways that organizations serve the community and, more importantly, ways to get involved.
There's such a need in the community, and they all specialize in a certain need, and it's really important that they are able to voice their mission and collect volunteers and hopefully board members.
Young Professionals of Midland is a local organization focused on connecting and developing, the leaders of tomorrow in the Permian Basin. It's a great group they've got there. Saray Palmer, who we just heard from, is a great friend of mine. We went to UTBB together, and she is so active in the nonprofits. I don't know. I think that her 24 hours in a day is different from my 24 hours in a day, because I swear she's involved in like 20 million nonprofits, and she does such a good job enriching each one of them. And so it's great that she's in that kind of position with Young Professionals.
No, that is very nice, for sure.
All right, we should take a few moments and give a news and weather update to our viewers on First Alert 7. Join us there and stay with us on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Good morning. I'm Lauren Munt here with meteorologist Sawyer McElroy. Sawyer, how's it looking outside?
Yeah, it is a little bit on the cool side this morning as we do start off the day. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines. It is going to be feeling more like summer, though, over the next few days, as opposed to spring, which starts tomorrow with multiple near record days Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. A very quick and short-lived drop in temperatures on Monday, but overall still above normal for this time of year. Here's a live look outside of the skies of Midland, where obviously you can see some traffic, so there must be an incident or something out there this morning. So check that before you head on the road if you are heading to Midland this morning on I-20. Temperatures across the region currently ranging from the 40s to the 50s, 54 in Midland, 54 in Odessa as well. Those winds anywhere from being calm to about 10 miles per hour, and we are starting off the day with clear skies and quiet conditions across West Texas and southeast New Mexico. Temperatures are going to warm nicely today with highs into the 80s and 90s by this afternoon and evening. 90 for Midland and Odessa, 92 for Fort Stockton, 93 for Presidio. Winds through the day looking to remain light under sunny skies and quiet conditions. Coming up tonight, expect a few clouds with mostly clear skies, lows into the 40s and 50s, very similar to what we're seeing this morning, if not a few degrees cooler, but still not too bad for this time of year. Those winds anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Looking ahead to that First Alert 7-10-day forecast, we are going to see even warmer temperatures Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like I mentioned, tomorrow is the first day of spring, but not going to be feeling like spring, feeling more like summer with those highs in the mid to upper 90s and even triple digits for far southern portions of the region, ahead of a very quick and short-lived cool down on Monday, but overall well above normal temperatures, and quiet conditions do continue throughout the next 10 days.
Thank you, Sawyer. We've got a crime update for you now in Midland, where Crime Stoppers are on the search for a man who caused thousands of dollars worth of damage to an infrastructure facility. Several tips identified the suspect as William Patton, and deputies say on March 7th they responded near South County Road 1178 and West County Road 149. That's where the man carrying an axe got onto company property and damaged a pipeline valve, shutting down the oil line. Officials say he may have done this 3 times in the last 3 weeks, causing more than $40,000 in damage and lost production. Now, if you know where William Patton is, call Midland Crime Stoppers at 432-694-TIPS. And happening today, a big night for country music fans in Midland as Out West Midland kicks off a new chapter with a star-studded show. The newly rebranded entertainment group Out West is hosting its very first concert since transitioning from the Tailgate, and they're doing it in a big way with a performance from the band known as Midland. The show is today at the Horseshoe Arena in Midland at 6 p.m. Organizers say the event marks the start of a new era for both the venue and its live music scene. We'll have another check of the news and weather in 30 minutes. Keep it right here on First Alert 7.
At Gray Digital Media, we develop the right message to grab attention and drive leads with custom strategies designed to grow your brand. Crush the streaming apps you know best. Cutting-edge strategies backed by local expertise. Connect you with customers right here in West Texas and wherever your audience is. Get results that matter to you and your business. GDM West Texas, we know local. Let's connect today. GDMWestTexas.com. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated?
How big of a problem is that?
We always try to give viewers a takeaway, something they can learn from a story.
Should they be revoking these certifications?
The public has a right to know. There are things that affect our homes, that affect our families, that affect our health, that we are learning every day from these stories.
And it allows us to tell the best of the best stories and show them to you every day.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2.
In a world full of goats,
A goat. Big Billy goat.
we have a small goat here. Which Me TV show is the greatest of all time?
I haven't time to listen to goat stories.
Can only one goat be the goat?
The goat eats everything.
What do you know about goats? Or can more than one goat
Folks is bound to keep goats.
be the goat?
We have a goat here.
Stupid goat. Find your greatest of all time.
A goat.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. Every night at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight.
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now.
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
And what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first.
New tonight, we'll remember we were your first alert when several
Asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10.
Time now for Money with Mickey. In an effort to lower the price of gasoline, President Trump waived the shipping restrictions in the Jones Act. Meanwhile, this morning, we're here to explain this is Mickey Cargo from Cargill Investments. He joins us every Thursday on the show. Mickey, good morning to you. Great to have you here.
Good morning, Matthew.
So I'm curious, what is the Jones Act?
The Jones Act was passed 106 years ago in 1920. And the purpose of the act was to ensure that the U.S. had a strong fleet that could move goods from port to port. The Jones Act requires that a ship moving those goods must be U.S. built, U.S. owned, and U.S. crewed, and it has to fly under a U.S. flag. So the purpose of it was to make sure that we had, in wartime, the ability to move goods from port to port.
And so I'm curious, if you can break that down, how does this Jones Act, now that we know what that is, affect the price of gasoline?
Well, there are currently 93 ships that qualify under the Jones Act, and of those, about 55 are tankers. So they're moving crude and crude products from the Texas coast up to the East Coast and to the West Coast. So the idea is that if we allow foreign tankers to come in and start moving some of this product, it'll be easier to replace some of the oil that comes from the Mideast.
So will the 60-day waiver provide meaningful relief of high gas prices?
Well, it depends on who you ask. The Wall Street Journal reported that it would have less than 1 penny per gallon effect on gasoline. But I was able to find some studies from the University of Chicago back in 2023 that actually addressed it and said it could lower gasoline prices as much as 60 cents if the act was repealed. So with the 60-day waiver, it's unclear if anyone would really move a ship to move product for that short period, but it certainly lays the groundwork for something more broad to allow a lower price of gasoline.
So what can we expect right here in the Permian Basin about oil and gas prices specifically?
Well, it doesn't really affect us because, of course, we don't get our gasoline product from ships. But it does allow the prospect for more demand for U.S. product, which would be good for our area, probably lead to more drilling and more refining.
All right, Mickey Cargill with Cargill Investments, getting a look at gas prices and what the Jones Act is. Mickey, thank you so much for your insight and advice on this.
Thank you, Matthew.
Always a pleasure to have Mickey in studio every Thursday. Always has such wonderful advice for everybody. And of course, lately it has been about the war with Iran.
And right now, those gas prices. My car is, I filled up a week ago when it was only $3.19, and I say only $3.19,
only, yes.
Which is crazy because last week $3.19 was a lot because we were at $2.70 or something like that. And so I filled up last week at $3.19, and I was feeling pretty good. And now I have 80 miles left in my tank, and I am going to need to fill up.
You drive a very big car with not great gas mileage. No. And your tank is huge, so to fill it up, it takes a lot of money. Luckily, I have a hybrid.
I'm not looking forward to
I know, I'm from a yuppie state, y'all. I have a hybrid. But the good news is I don't have to get gas very often.
Yeah.
The bad news still is that I still have to get gas in it. So because my hybrid is weird because I can't plug it in to charge it. It's one of those hybrids where you can't physically charge it.
Well, then how's it a hybrid?
It still has an electric battery. It charges while I drive, if that makes sense.
I can see that.
But the good news is I have really great gas mileage, and the good news is I don't drive very often anyway. I drive to home and work and maybe the airport once in a while.
See, I drive to Midland all the time.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. So the
such a
good news
problem.
is gas for me like lasts a month, give or take, depending on how much I have to drive, or if friends or family come to town, I'm always driving a little bit more. But yeah, no, I was waiting till we got paid.
Yeah.
Because gas.
I'm also waiting till we get paid, and even then I don't know if I can afford it.
No, I know. I'm like, I think I'm only gonna get a half tank, and we'll see how long that
20
goes.
bucks in, it'll be
No,
fine.
I'll put 25 in, see how much that fills me up.
That's gonna give me like a quarter of a tank.
And we'll roll. Oh my goodness gracious. 25 probably would give me a half tank.
That would probably get me like.
Because usually I can gas up my car for 25, 30 bucks, give or take, for a full tank.
Well, usually 25 will give me a half tank.
Interesting.
But I don't think it will anymore. I mean, we're up to.
That means 50 for
like
a
Sam's
full
Club was
tank.
$3.41,
which is crazy because Sam's is usually
It's
a
the
lot
cheapest place.
cheaper, and it's still it's not very cheap. So that
not
is
looking forward to
crazy. But we do want to do a iCam tour for you guys really quick.
This is my
because-
favorite part.
Yes,
of
she
Wake
was
Up
like,
West Texas
I love the
Extra.
iCam.
I watch you guys do it every morning, and it is my favorite part, and I cannot wait. Where are we, Sawyer?
Okay, we are looking out over I-20 in Midland right now. Our camera is on the Petroleum Museum. As you can see, some traffic there heading eastbound, and that has been there for about an
Cleared
hour.
up a little bit more than
A
what it
little
was.
bit. I think it looks better because the sun
Oh.
shifted. Yeah, it's still like bumper to bumper there. It's just not as pronounced.
I'm just blind.
But yes, so something to keep in mind if you are heading to Midland on I-20 this morning. Maybe 191 would be better. I don't know. I never drive on I-20, quite honestly, ever.
It's scary.
I was gonna say I don't ever do it.
I also avoid I-20 at all costs.
Maybe like
I'm
once or
usually-
twice, or if it is, it's the business 20, so it's not.
Even that is scary. I go on 191.
Yeah, I go on.
I only go on
191 as
I-20
well.
if I like have to.
All right, let's
try to
go
avoid it.
somewhere fun though. We've been talking about the beach and spring break, so let's head over to the Sunshine State, good old Florida. Let's see.
Baby.
The sun is up there. It is a bright, sunny morning there. Sorry, I'm choosing which iCam to do. We have multiple. Let's go there. That was pretty. Nope, that's the wrong iCam. Hold on. There we go. This is Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Doesn't look terribly busy there. I think spring break in Florida, give or take, was a couple weeks ago.
Sawyer, have I ever told you that I actually hate the beach?
No, you have
I
not.
really don't like
Intriguing. Why?
I think it's beautiful from a distance. I don't like the sand.
Okay.
I don't like the smell of the water very much.
Intriguing.
I don't like the things in the water. The ocean scares me, just in general. When I was in I think it was like a junior in high school, my teacher, he showed us it was like some movie called like The Monsters of the Sea. And there's scary things in the ocean. Like I have no business being in that ocean where all of those things are. Jellyfish, terrifying. Crabs, terrifying. Like I don't want anything to do with things that seaweed, gross. I don't want it to touch me. I like the ocean from a distance. I love, like my boyfriend's parents live in New Jersey. They have a beautiful house on the beach. I love their house, and I love looking over the ocean from the balcony.
But going to
I
it?
don't want anything to do with actually going to
Interesting.
I like eating at restaurants on the beach. I like being around the beach. I don't want to go on it. I like the pool. I'll sit in a pool that's like by the beach. But I want nothing to do with the beach. I don't like it. I think it's stunning. It's absolutely beautiful, but I would take a mountain vacation over a beach vacation any day.
That is very interesting. I love the beach. I don't go to the beach as often as I would like to. Of course, that's the negative side to living in a landlocked, technically landlocked state. You know, some of Texas has ocean, but where we live does not.
It's very far.
Colorado also landlocked, and Minnesota also landlocked. So everywhere I've lived, all landlocked states, no oceans, no beaches. I mean, aside from, I guess Minnesota has the Great Lake, but that's like northern Minnesota for the most part. I love the beach. I love boogie boarding. I love, snorkeling. Don't do scuba diving, but
it's my nightmare.
I love going to the beach. I'm going on a cruise this summer, and I'm very, very excited to...
Out there in the water?
Yes, she's
With
terrified
the
of those
scary
too.
ocean.
Yeah, she's like, I couldn't do
No,
that.
I'm good.
No, I am
I'll
very
stay
excited to
away.
just relax and hang out on the beach and maybe go. We haven't decided our excursions yet, but I'm hoping we go to a beach and do something, with...
Yeah.
One of the places we're going actually has like Mayan ruins and Mayan temples and stuff. So I'm like, we gotta go to the Mayan temple because I love, like we just talked about, I love history. And it would be very interesting to go see because, yeah, the civilization's very old,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
So I would
disappeared.
go do that.
And I would love to just go and do that. And there's rainforests out there, so really looking forward to that. I'm going to now, yeah, I do have it on my phone, so I could try and
take a live shot. We'll take Sawyer live from.
Yes, we'll take
Ooh,
Sawyer
where's
live
this?
from
It's
Belize.
moving slightly.
This is Uitschild, the Netherlands. I love this camera.
Oh.
It is so fun. It is a little fishing town out there in the Netherlands. Technically, it's not even. It's like a.
See, and like that's fine. I like the water. I would sit on a dock. I would sit, you know, on a. I love a boardwalk. I mean, that sounds great.
It's technically on an island in the
Ooh,
Netherlands, so it's not
okay.
like connected to like the main Netherlands.
Love that.
It's on the technically northwestern-ish side of the Netherlands. But this is a semi-new camera that we got, and I just love to look at it because that little fishing town, little, you know, area with all the boats just looks so fun. And you know, there's a little cafe there that has coffee, sandwiches, stuff like that.
Maybe
And
people like live on those boats and they just like.
I think those are fishing boats.
Are they?
For the most part, yes.
Don't people live in boats though? That they like dock.
Some people do, yes. But in this case, I don't believe these ones would be one that you would live on. Maybe the like captain of the boat, just so they can, you know, stay with it at all
I
times.
love
but
that view though. I
no,
mean,
and
that house
it
over
like
there.
moves, and it's so like.
Does it just always
it's
move
so
like that?
serene?
It
Yeah,
is very
it's
pretty.
just so slow, and it's always fun to just see, you know, people riding bikes, walking their dog. We had somebody walking a dog yesterday.
Cute.
Then since we're across the pond, we'll stay across the pond, and we'll head over to the good old London, England, where you can see
It
actually
always
the
trips
city.
me out. There's just so many cameras in the world.
Yes, you
that
never
you
know.
just
Matthew always
don't
talks about it
know.
on Wake Up West Texas. You never know where we're
Well,
looking.
there's a pub in New Jersey. Shout out Josie Kelly's. I love you, Josie Kelly's. There is a pub there in Josie Kelly's that has a TV that just shows Ireland all the time. It's like on this like the camera. It's like an iCam. It's like right on this like busy like bar street in Ireland. And if you're ever in Ireland, just know that they're watching you in
Well,
Josie
we did
Kelly's
that on
bar in New Jersey.
Tuesday, we were looking down the streets of
looking down.
Dublin. We were looking at the parade. You never know when you're going to end up on Wake Up West Texas and Midland, Odessa, Texas, because
Always be watching our extra show
Yes.
if you're traveling abroad because we might put you on.
well, the good news is most of our iCams are not abroad. However, we do have, yes, other ways to look at them. But this is London. Actually, surprisingly, you can't see it today because most of the time it is smoggy there, so you can't see. But, you know, you can see. And that's the arena out there. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but that is where, like, Taylor Swift performed when the Eras Tour went there. That's where they have a lot of their big football/soccer matches. But yes, so that's an interesting view. We don't usually get this. Usually we're looking at the eye and the shard, I think is what it's called. But yeah, so let's do one more place, and just because I loved it so much, we're gonna go back to the Pacific Northwest, and I think it's raining there as well. Let's head back to the Seattle.
And you just got back from Seattle.
I did. Oh my
I've
gosh.
never been to the Pacific
I
Northwest.
really think I could see myself living there.
Really?
It was rainy, which was nice because, you know, obviously it never rains out here.
Oh, beautiful.
It was just beautiful. It was fun. We went to Pike Place Market multiple times, you know, and it's on the water there too. It's technically not the ocean. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but it's like an offshoot of the ocean. But yeah, it was just so nice and it was cool. And I was like, and you know, some people can't do it because it rains and it's cloudy most of the year, but I think I would thrive in that, especially with this shift. You know, you have to go to bed early. Like, it would be nice. So
Ooh, nice to go to bed
there's
with
a
the
Space
rain.
Needle there. I went up to the
You
top
went
of that
there. You
and
sent me
ate
pictures.
there. It
Yeah.
was so fun. It was a revolving floor, so that was kind of interesting.
that would make me so
Both of my
nauseous.
friends, yeah, they were nauseous. They had to take some Dramamine. I was there. I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
And it moves, but you can't really, like, you can feel it, but it's not, like, fast. Like, it takes.
See, I get like heavily motion sick. I have bad vertigo. I
Yeah,
don't
you
think
would
I
not
could.
have liked the elevator. The elevator
No.
500.
Well, so Tyler and I just went to New York.
Yeah, you
and
did the
we
Empire State.
No, we did the One World Observatory. We were gonna do Empire State.
Okay.
But we did One World Observatory instead, and we went on that elevator, and that's like it's the fastest elevator in the northern hemisphere. I think was what they said, something like that. That thing goes up like I think it's like 200 floors in like a matter of like 10 seconds. And I was so sick afterwards. I was like, honey, you go look at all of the views. I'm gonna sit right here for a second. And so I don't think that I could handle the Space Needle or the moving floor there.
Well, it's a glass
No.
It's a glass like elevator
I'm,
too.
like,
So like
nauseous
both of
thinking
the
about it.
sides are glass. You know, you can see yourself going up. I don't think there was anything to hold on to, quite honestly. I was joking with my friends because they were, both were not enjoying it. But I was like, I did the Top of the Rock when I was about 11 years old. That thing is fast. I'll have to see how fast that goes. And it's very similar to the World Trade Center, Empire State Building, and it has a glass ceiling. But it also like was projecting images on the ceiling, and so it was like pitch black. The ceilings like projected images. I had to sit down. I mean, it was fun, and
Well, have you been to One World?
I have not. So technically yes, but not inside. I've been to the area refurbished since they opened it. I went last in 2016, and then I went in 2022. But the first time we went when we did the Top of the Rock, it was not open to the public yet.
Well, I highly recommend One World. I will say, even though it made me nauseous, that elevator experience is one of the coolest things ever. It's like you were saying that it's projected like up on the top of the roof at Top of the Rock. One World is projected all around you. So all of the walls and like the doors to the elevator, they like show you New York being built. So like when you start from the bottom, you're in like so you go down, you go into the building, and then you go downstairs. And you're in like the Cap Rock. I don't think it's actually Cap Rock. I think Cap Rock is me being a West Texas born and raised girly. But
okay.
I'm pretty sure Cap Rock is only here in West Texas, but it's whatever their version of Cap Rock is in New York. And it's like bedrock. Bedrock?
Yes.
That's what it is. Sorry, I'm a born and raised oil field girly.
I was like,
bedrock. You go down like into the bedrock. You can like touch the bedrock because they have like samples of it there. And so the elevator starts there, and you're like in this dark elevator, and then it goes up, and you see New York being built like from above. And as you're watching it being built from above is when all of these like pictures start coming up of all of the buildings and everything, and then it like shoots it like there's like this narrator person, and then it's like what does it say? Something about like welcome to New York or see New York from above or something like that, and the elevator doors open. And then when the elevator doors open, there's just this big glass window that showcases New York, the New York skyline. It is one of the coolest like experiences, especially like your first time doing it. It is so cool. Again, I got so nauseous, but it was so cool. It was worth it. The nausea was worth it. It was a really cool experience. So I highly, highly recommend that. And obviously so much history over there at the One World Observatory. So very, very neat, but very different from, I would say, the Seattle, why am I blanking?
Space
What did
Needle.
you do? Space Needle.
Yes.
Yes. Very different heights trips that we went on. And you handled it much better than I did.
Yeah, heights don't bother me. They really don't. I mean, going back to our cruise, I'm like, I want to go ziplining. My dad's like, no, we're not ziplining. And I was like, why? I want to go ziplining. That sounds absolutely
I used to be able to do
so
that.
fun.
I got old. 25. How old
say
am I?
you're
25.
not old.
I just can't handle it anymore. I used to be able to like read in the car. I used to be able to do roller coasters. I used to do all of those things, and now it's the vertigo. It just messes me up.
Not help.
I can't handle it anymore. But we still have so much more to come and so much for Sawyer and I to talk about here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
we are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
We track every shift, big or small, and when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Makers map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated? Should I be concerned? Do you recall when you became aware of that law?
The beauty of this show is that we have a team of reporters all across the country.
From very diverse backgrounds.
The public has a right to know.
How big of a problem is that?
Should they be revoking these certifications?
I think viewers are looking for something different, something fresh, something that feels helpful to them.
In a world full of goats.
A goat. Big Billy Goat.
We have a small goat here. Which Me TV show is the greatest of all time?
I haven't time to listen to goat stories.
Can only one goat be the goat?
The goat eats everything.
What do you know about goats? Or can more than one goat,
Folks is bound to keep goats.
be the goat?
We have a goat here.
Stupid goat. Find your greatest of all time.
A goat.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. Every night at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight.
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now.
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
And what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first.
New tonight, we'll remember we were your first alert when several
Asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Makers map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
It's super. It's science. It's fiction.
What is it?
It's Super Sci-Fi Saturday night on Me TV. After Sven gets swept away in adventures beyond our world, promising spaceships, lasers, giants, other worlds, and robots.
I will do my part.
Super Sci-Fi Saturday night.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2.
All right, we're gonna weigh in on West Texas, or West Texas weighs in, I should say. Reverse that.
We can weigh in too.
We can
It's
weigh in. West Texas weighs in. We're gonna go and check out some of these polls. We have a trivia question for you this hour. Which of the following Looney Tunes characters appeared first? The answers are, or the options for the answers are Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tweety Bird, and Porky Pig.
50% say Porky Pig. That is
now I'm nervous that we're wrong, Sawyer.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. I'm not really a Looney Tunes person. You know, if it was on Boomerang or whatever when I was a kid, it would, play, but I never was like, gotta watch Looney Tunes or like the movies that they've done recently.
No, me either. Bugs Bunny is great and iconic. And I definitely have seen like clips of Looney Tunes. Tweety Bird has always been my favorite because one of my friends growing up, when he and I would go to town, and every time we go to town, we'd bring each other something. And one of like the first things that his family like brought me was a Tweety Bird necklace, and so it had like my name on it. And so the Tweety Bird, that's just kind of my favorite. So I'm going Tweety Bird just because of that necklace.
Yeah, we're sticking with Tweety Bird, but it is a little concerning that 50% say Porky Pig. We'll have to see in about 8 minutes or so what the answer is.
Now I'm second guessing. Maybe it is.
You
Porky
can't
Pig.
change it though.
I won't change it.
All right, next one. This is the poll question. Oh, Lauren, do you have it up?
I'm trying. He's back in. All right. Hurry, Carlos, help us.
Lauren, you have to get it ready because Carlos has to go.
I forgot my password.
Well, anyway.
Okay. Do we have a?
There we go. If you could only keep one modern invention, I'll talk while you work on getting in there.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Which would you pick? Cars, microwaves, smartphones, or air conditioning? 40% say cars and air conditioning. 20% say smartphones. Nobody cares about a microwave.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can do without a microwave, an oven. Like, there are things that work for.
I chose air conditioning. I cannot live without air conditioning. I get too hot. West Texas is too hot, in my opinion. And even with having air conditioning, it does not help. Is too hot. It is too hot. I'm sorry. It should not be 97 in the middle/end of March. I'm sorry. But the interesting thing, though, is Pacific Northwest, where I just went. The Northeast don't really have air conditioning. Some, of those areas, just because of how old they are, don't have air conditioning in their buildings and don't have it ready. So, but yes, next we have, who is most likely to be the best at pranks? 40% say Matthew and 40% say Jacob. Nobody thinks I would be good, which honestly, good for them because, I have a terrible poker face. But 20% say Lauren, so that would be interesting. I don't remember who actually won yesterday about the rap thing.
I think it was tied.
And we didn't end up doing a rap battle, so maybe we'll have to do that later. I do want to shout out a couple of people this morning who are watching our stream. Mitch Stay Ready is here. Marilyn Shalana also said hello, and Marissa
morning,
Ortiz just said hello. So good morning. Thank you for watching us. And yes, it is Lauren here hanging out with me today and tomorrow as well on both Wake Up West Texas and Wake Up West Texas Extra. But right now we are going to take a break to do a First Alert 7 news and weather update on CBS. So stay with us.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Good morning. I'm Lauren Munt here with meteorologist Sawyer McElroy. Sawyer, kind of, for me, chilly outside, but I don't think it's actually that chilly outside. How's it looking out there?
Yeah, it is a touch chilly this morning, but the good news is temperatures are going to warm up nicely as we head through today, feeling more like summer, even though we are starting officially the season of spring tomorrow. Multiple near record days coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well, with a very quick and short-lived drop in temperatures on Monday. Here's a live look outside over the skies of a beautiful Fort Stockton this morning, where we are seeing those temperatures across the region ranging from the 40s to the 50s. 58 currently in Fort Stockton, 54 in Midland, 53 here in Odessa. Winds are light, anywhere from about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And we are starting off the day with blue sky, sunshine, quiet conditions area-wide. Temperatures as we head through the day are going to warm nicely with highs into the 80s and 90s by this afternoon and evening. 90 for Midland and Odessa, 93 for Pecos, 92 for Fort Stockton, 93 for Presidio, and winds through the day looking to remain light under those sunny skies. Coming up tonight, we are going to see a few clouds, but mostly clear skies. Lows very similar to what we're seeing this morning in the 40s and 50s as we head into our finally Friday. 55 overnight for both Midland and Odessa, and those winds looking to be anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Looking ahead to that First Alert 7 10-day forecast, we are going to see even warmer temperatures as we continue throughout the rest of the week and into the weekend, with highs in the mid to upper 90s and even triple digits for some. Then a very quick and short-lived cool down coming up Monday with the passage of a cold front. Temperatures going from the upper 90s to the upper 70s Sunday into Monday. But overall, as we head throughout the majority of the next 10 days, we are looking to see hot temperatures with highs in the 90s and quiet conditions continuing as well.
Thank you, Sawyer. We've got a crime update for you now this morning as 2 men wanted on murder charges out of Midland were arrested. Midland police made the arrest with the help of the Texas Anti-Gang Center Permian Basin and the U.S. Marshals Lone Star Fugitive Task Force. Jacob Madrid, Joseph Madrid, and Matthew Ramos are all facing charges of murder after a bar fight at 621 West Wall Street in downtown Midland happened back in February. When police were called to the bar, they found Thomas Olson unconscious in the road. Olson's wife telling police that Ramos had assaulted him. Ramos then ran from police but was arrested and admitted to assaulting Olson. Now, initially, Olson was at the Midland Memorial Hospital with serious injuries, but later pronounced dead. And we are your first alert on Texas DPS investigating a deadly crash in Glasscock County. Troopers say it happened around Tuesday at 2:50 p.m. at FM 2401 and FM 1357. Officials say an SUV failed to yield at a stop sign when they were hit by an 18-wheeler with a trailer. DPS say the driver of the SUV taken to the hospital with serious injuries. We'll have another check of your news and weather forecast coming up in about 30 minutes. Stay with us on First Alert 7.
At Gray Digital Media, we develop the right message to grab attention and drive leads with custom strategies designed to grow your brand. Trust the streaming apps you know best. Cutting-edge strategies backed by local expertise. Connect you with customers right here in West Texas and wherever your audience is. Get results that matter to you and your business. GDM West Texas, we know local. Let's connect today. GDMWestTexas.com.
Make yourself known now. 831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on First Alert 7. And then stay tuned for First Alert 7 News at 4. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
we are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
We track every shift, big or small, and when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
It's super. It's science. It's fiction.
What is it?
It's Super Sci-Fi Saturday night on MeTV. After Spen gets swept away in adventures beyond our world, promising spaceships, lasers, giants, other worlds, and robots.
I will do my part.
Super Sci-Fi Saturday night.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated?
How big of a problem is that?
We always try to give viewers a takeaway, something they can learn from a story.
Should they be revoking these certifications?
The public has a right to know.
There are things that affect our homes, that affect our families, that affect our health, that we are learning every day from these stories.
And it allows us to tell the best of the best stories and show them to you every day.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. From First Alert 7 News, with coverage of the Permian Basin, you're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
All right, good morning and thanks for streaming with us on this second hour of Wake Up West Texas Extra. We're here till 9 a.m. and we have so much to get to, including a check of our polls as West Texas weighs in. Our very first trivia question of last hour: which of the following Looney Tunes characters appeared first? The options there: Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tweety Bird, Porky Pig, Sawyer. Am I going to be so mad at this answer? Oh no, what is the answer?
It was Porky the Pig.
No way!
He first appeared in 1935. Daffy Duck was 1937. Bugs Bunny was 1940. And our answer,
our
Tweety
favorite,
Bird,
the last one.
1942.
That's what we were answering. We were just answering who was the last.
So we are
That's what...
very wrong.
Wow.
1935. Intriguing.
Bugs Bunny being third.
Yeah.
Surprises me. He's one of the most iconic. Porky Pig just does feel like it would be the first one, though. He just, I don't know. He's got that,
I'm intrigued.
Older
Let's see.
vibe.
Let's do a quick Google search. Porky
Pig first appearance. Let's see.
Let's see. First appearance. It was, let's see. He first appeared in the 1935 Merry Melodies cartoon, I Haven't Got a Hat. He made his debut on March 2nd, 1935. It was inspired by the popular Our Gang films, and Porky appeared as one of several school children delivering a minor role in a poetry recital. Despite his small part, his round, chubby design, this is AI, sorry y'all, and stuttering speech quickly captured audience attention, making him stand out among other characters.
I guess we weren't thinking of the fact that, like, Looney Tunes is like, it's not like a consistent show.
It used to be, I believe.
No, it's like
it's
like a programming. Like, it's not like a. Yeah, it's like every episode's like different with like different characters and stuff. So I guess I didn't think about that.
Also, did you know he's the one that says, "That's all, folks"?
Yes, I did know that.
Yes,
I did. What? Oh, we're so dumb. Of course, he's the one that says he was the first to appear, and that's why he says "That's all, folks," because he's the most consistent character.
Yeah. So. Anyway, it is Porky the Pig.
I didn't even think about that.
But now for our second hour, it is already on there. Okay, somebody changed it over.
Someone did it because I didn't finish the following.
Oh,
you want to read it? You go.
Okay. Which of the following tortoise facts is not true? Some tortoises have lived over 200 years. Tortoises are strong swimmers. Tortoises do not have teeth. Tortoises are excellent diggers. I kind of want to say they are not strong swimmers because turtles, I think, can swim. Tortoises can't. Like, they like to be in the water, but they can't, like, swim, you know? Like, they can swim if they need to.
I know. I don't think that they have teeth.
You don't think that they have teeth?
Which is because it's not true, which the fact is not true. So I don't think that they have teeth because they're herbivores.
Yeah, I don't think they have teeth either.
So I don't think they have teeth, so we can knock that one out.
Some of them are super old,
read
so I
this.
feel like, I know it's hard to read. I think some of them have definitely lived over 200 years.
Oh, for sure.
And, I mean,
I think they
maybe?
I think they dig.
Yeah, they like to dig.
Because don't they like dig to put their like
shell in the dirt? Yeah, and like cool down.
Okay, so then I think the answer is...
That's why I think it's strong swimmers, because like they like to be in water. Like usually, like if you have a tortoise, they'll have like a little like water bed, but it's not like swimming in like a lake or something.
I keep closing my firstalert7.com/vote.
But yes, make sure to go to firstalert7.com/vote to tune in or chime in on our polls. But yes, this is our extra trivia for the hour. Yes, I agree. I think it is 75% so far. Tortoises are strong swimmers. But I don't think they have teeth, quite honestly.
That's like the only one that I feel like I know. Yeah. Because they're herbivores. Okay, next question as West Texas weighs in. If you could only keep one modern invention, which would you pick? Did I do that right? Oh, I did! Yeah, okay, I did it. Which one would you pick if you could only keep one modern invention? The options: cars, microwaves, smartphones, and air conditioning. Sawyer, I think we're both pretty set on it being air conditioning.
Air conditioning, I need that. I'm sorry, it's too hot. I can't survive without air.
Although I don't know about, I like my car.
I mean, it is nice to have a car for sure, especially if you do have to go far.
Although like the public transportation here is not bad. We have nice buses. If I lived in New York, I would need a car. I can't do the subway.
You can't do the
oh
subway?
My gosh.
You want to drive in that traffic out there.
I saw things on the subway that were scary. I would not go.
You get used to it, Lauren. You tune it out. You know, it's.
So I don't know. I think living here in West Texas, I think I'm okay without my car, but I definitely need air conditioning for sure. But if I move anywhere, I might need the car back, and I'll give up air conditioning for it. Okay, next up. Who is most likely to be the best at pranks? Our options here: Matthew, Sawyer, Lauren, Jacob. Sawyer, no votes.
That's
but
okay.
you said you weren't very confident in your pranking abilities.
No, I wasn't very confident in my pranking abilities. I have a terrible poker face, so I would definitely
all of these questions that are about our peoples, Matthew, Jacob, you. Matthew and Jacob are always the ones that are winning. We need one targeted to us.
Actually,
what are we good at?
We've had a couple. We had who would win a figure skating contest. I won that. Well,
that's you. I can't see. I want one that I'm good at. I would not be good at figure skating.
There was one about who would be the best villain in a Disney movie or best character for like a Disney cartoon. Matthew actually won that mostly because of his big head.
See, Matthew and Jacob are just they're taking the charge on these. People, vote for us.
I couldn't do this one. It's okay.
No, that's okay. I don't think I'd be good at pranks either. But we need a question that's targeted to you and I, so that we can win over Matthew and Jacob. What are we better at than them?
We'll tell our producer tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll let Carlos know. 'Cause we've got to be better at some things than them.
I don't know.
All right, next up. Which of the following superpowers would you pick? Would you like to see into the future, see into the past, never get tired, or never get hungry? You picked never get hungry.
I did. I chose never get hungry. See into the future does not sound fun. See into the past, and we kind of talked about this, sounds fun depending on like what you could do. Never get tired. I like to sleep, so the fact that I would never be tired does not sound fun to me. Never get hungry would be nice because then I would save money on not buying food or
I like to cook, so I don't know if I.
And that's how I am with the sleep thing. I'm like, I like to sleep, so not getting tired. Like you can eat when you're not hungry, I guess, but yeah, it's kind of hard to sleep when you're not tired.
I'm tired right now, so I think I would like to never get tired so that I could be more awake here as we're here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. I need to never get tired for that. That's it for our polls right now. But we've got plenty of those on firstalert7.com/vote. Go and vote. Let us know in the comments if you're there with us on Facebook which one you chose. We'll chat about it a little bit. But yeah, shocking that Porky Pig was.
It is. By a long shot, actually.
More than we definitely, we knew it wasn't Bugs Bunny. We knew that was too easy.
Mm-hmm.
We knew it couldn't have been. But I was a little shocked for it to be Porky Pig and not Tweety Bird.
Yeah, we'll have to see what our extra trivia question answer of this hour is. That will be at about 9 o'clock, give or take, after we do our final cut-in on First Alert 7. But of course, we are going to take a quick break and then come back and have a little bit more fun here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. Make sure to stay with us.
Every night at 10,
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight.
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now.
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
And what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first.
New tonight, we'll remember we were your first alert when several
asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10.
How can you eat this slop?
Hungry for laughs?
My mouth is tone deaf.
Then enjoy 2 helpings of humor.
Here, have some more of my pot roast.
Every weeknight. So whether it's a main dish.
Looks like some mighty good fried chicken.
Steak?
Something lighter.
Sandwiches from the mess tent.
Or just dessert.
That's an ice cream churn.
Make way for the ice cream.
Why don't we go to the mess tent? They're serving humble pie.
Get your fill of funny with Nash and Andy.
Watch on MeTV channel 30.2. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
We are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
we track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Makers map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
Make yourself known now. 83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on First Alert 7. And then stay tuned for First Alert 7 News at 4.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated?
How big of a problem is that?
We always try to give viewers a takeaway, something they can learn from a story.
Should they be revoking these certifications?
The public has a right to know.
There are things that affect our homes, that affect our families, that affect our health, that we are learning every day from these stories.
And it allows us to tell the best of the best stories and show them to you every day.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Watch on MeTV channel 30.2. Now from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Sawyer McElroy.
Good morning and happy Thursday, everybody. Here's those temperatures as we do start off the day. Those temperatures across the region ranging from the 40s to the 50s, 53 currently in both Midland and Odessa. Winds are light, anywhere from being calm to about 10 miles per hour. And we are starting off the day with blue sky and sunshine across the region. As we head through the day, expect lots of blue sky and sunshine to continue along with quiet conditions. And that will continue into our Friday and through the weekend as well with lots of sunshine. And those hot temperatures expected as we head throughout the next couple of days. Temperatures are going to warm into the 80s and 90s across the region by this afternoon and evening. 90 for Midland and Odessa, 93 for Vegas, 92 for Fort Stockton, 93 for Presidio. I need a nap, everybody. Here's at those winds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Under sunny skies. Looking at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast, we are going to see highs warming up as we continue throughout the next couple of days. 95 tomorrow, 96 Saturday, 97 Sunday. Looking to break the daily high temperature record, or at least tie it all 3 of those days. But overall, it is going to be feeling more like summer as opposed to spring as we head throughout the next few days.
Sawyer, 90% of the time I know what you're laughing at.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that was.
No clue.
You just started laughing.
Well, I couldn't, I mentioned, they kind of mentioned yesterday that I'm not feeling well. So I had to take a weird breath in there. And then just the pause that I had to take just kind of
it just made you.
It made me laugh. And then
I didn't see the thing is no one noticed. And we were sitting here and we were like, what is she laughing at? Is she good?
Well,
what's going on? No, you're just laughing at
And then our director was like, she's delirious. And I was like, yes, I am.
You were.
So it's okay.
You're just your own self. You just make yourself laugh. And
it's okay.
That's good.
No, it was the weird breath that I had to take and the pause that I took. It was just, made
You
me
need a
giggle.
break. Swear.
Yes.
That's what you need.
I do.
A nice spring break.
I do.
Although I don't recommend doing that right now.
No.
Because travel is terrible and lots of airports are a complete mess. We've seen that all across the area. Houston, my goodness. You know what they've got going on? They've got the rodeo. Well, they don't anymore, but they had the rodeo. They had, well, actually, the rodeo might still be going on. Anyway, they had the rodeo. They had spring break. Tons of people going to Houston for spring break this year. All of these, TSA workers are strapped, as agents are calling out, for 5 weeks. It's causing a lot of issues, especially we're seeing it big here in Texas. We're seeing it big in some other airports. Travel is a mess.
And the shutdown has them on the verge of missing a second paycheck. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
At airports nationwide, the message, hurry up and wait.
I got an email saying I arrived 4 hours early.
In Atlanta, Reggie Monsanto got to the airport hours ahead of time.
It's a 45-minute flight, and we got up at 6 to get on a flight at 2.
In Houston, the wait so long, this guy pulled out a book to pass the time. In Philadelphia, 3 out of 6 TSA checkpoints were closed Wednesday as agents call out weeks into another partial government shutdown.
TSA agents are working without pay right now, and so that you need to be supportive of them as you're going through as well.
At airports in Houston, Atlanta, and New Orleans, more than a third of TSA workers have called out. Food pantries are popping up at airports to help cash-strapped TSA employees.
When you're having your officers tell you that they can't afford rent or they can't afford childcare, that weighs on you.
Stagnation at the airports as the stalemate in Washington continues. Congress had an impasse over reforms to the Department of Homeland Security. Wednesday, Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, the president's pick to lead the agency, made a plea at his confirmation hearing.
We have to get DHS funded. We have to. We're putting our homeland and the peace of mind at risk for the American people.
The acting deputy TSA administrator says if problems continue, entire airports could shut down. Jared Hill, CBS News.
So crazy travel across all of those airports in the area. I mean, my brother was stuck in Florida for I think he was stuck there for 2 days.
Wow.
Couldn't get back. Ended up on crazy flights. He was going I think he went Florida to Nashville to Colorado to Houston to Midland. It was just all over the place trying to figure out where to go because of all of these. I mean, not only everything going on with TSA, there was severe weather in the eastern part of the country, and so that had a lot to do with it. There was tons of people traveling for spring break, and it just caused all kinds of chaos at those airports. But nothing too bad at Midland.
And I don't think it was in this package, but yesterday at Denver International Airport, one of the hubs across the country, one of the biggest airports across the country, they had a power outage for 2 hours.
Oh,
and
wow.
They have trains, we were talking about this the other day, they have trains that take you to the terminals, and the trains were shut down because of the power outage, so people were sitting on the plane because their pilot was stuck on the train. Flights got delayed or canceled because of that. Luckily, it came back up, like I said, about 2 hours, but still so many issues because of that.
And those trains you need them. When you have a layover that you've got 15 minutes and you've got to switch terminals or something, those trains are a necessity. It is chaos to try and run across the airport.
Luckily at Denver, you shouldn't usually have to switch your terminal, at least and have to ride the train at Denver, just because most of the time, Southwest is all in one terminal.
I feel like I always have to switch terminals.
At DIA?
No, I don't think it's ever been
okay,
at DIA.
I was gonna say, you shouldn't have to.
DFW, I flew there, let's see, a month ago. And I had to, this was the crazy, y'all. Okay, I had to switch terminals. I had 10 minutes.
Oof.
And I had to switch from the D terminal to the, I think it was B. So not I couldn't go, I had to go
you had to go all the way back around and then get back on a different
and
train,
I couldn't reverse. And so had to go all the way back around, right? 10 minutes. And this guy who was awesome on my flight, he was also having to make that crazy turn. We get on the tram, we're running to the tram, we sit there in the tram, and it doesn't go. It literally wasn't going. The doors were still open, thank goodness, but we sat there for 2 minutes, and I was kind of looking around, and that guy, he knew that I had a flight to catch too, and he looked at me and he goes, "Run." And we booked it. We ran through the whole airport. I barely made it. I literally was the last person on my plane. I'm running. They're "Oh, you made it just in time." It was
chaos.
That's
interesting.
So those trams, super important at the Dallas airport. I guess maybe if they're not super important at the Denver one.
No, they're very important because you can't even do that at Denver. They're not, the terminals are not connected.
Oh no.
Like I don't think you can
if you
walk
switch
from
terminal, that'd be bad.
A to B to C. Like I'm pretty sure you have to take the trains because the trains go like underground and stuff like that. So
no, super important. You don't want to be.
I mean, maybe you can walk, but I'm pretty sure
I was
80% sure you can't walk.
running through the airport, and it was. I mean, it was chaos. It was absolutely insane. I've never had that happen before. Normally, I don't book flights that have those like really short layovers, but I think there was delays or something.
Yeah.
So no, it was absolute chaos. Luckily, you don't have to deal with that too much here at the Midland Airport. It's pretty easy. If your flight's...
It's nice to roll up to Midland like an hour before my flight.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're sitting at gate 1. Oh no, actually I'm at gate 6, and you just walk a little bit. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's great. No,
not terrible.
The worst thing, and I've talked about this, the worst thing at Midland Airport is the parking. Sometimes it'll take 20, 30 minutes to find a good place to park.
At the Midland Airport.
Yeah, I do. But luckily no issues here. I mean, aside from, if your plane's coming from somewhere else, but
you might have some issues. So it should be okay though. It should be okay flying out of Midland, just maybe not quite getting back. You got to get to those airports super early so that you can get back to West Texas, because there's so much going on here in West Texas, including the community getting the chance to connect with dozens of local nonprofits at the Busch Convention Center in Midland yesterday, celebrating 3 years of getting the word out about nonprofits. Young professionals of Midland hosted about 40 organizations.
Attendees moved through stations highlighting different ways that organizations serve the community and, more importantly, ways to get involved.
There's such a need in the community, and they all specialize in a certain need, and it's really important that they are able to voice their mission and collect volunteers and hopefully board members.
Young Professionals of Midland is a local organization focused on connecting and developing the leaders of tomorrow right here in the Permian Basin. This expo, absolutely incredible because we have so many nonprofits in the Permian Basin, so many amazing nonprofits in the Permian Basin that do so much for our community, from homeless networks to foster adoption agencies to just, I mean, literally everything. I can't even think of all of the ones, but we've gotten the chance to highlight so many of them here on First Alert 7. All of those stories up on our website, firstalert7.com. Just a lot going on in our great little communities.
Yeah, super nice that they held this and let the community come in there and see what nonprofits are out there. And yeah, 40 different nonprofit organizations. That is a lot. And of course, the most important part, kind of highlighting what they do, because you may hear about something but not know exactly what they do. So it was nice to be able to have the people see what each different nonprofit does.
Yes, and at this, people got the chance to join the boards, just do some volunteer work. All of those nonprofits needing volunteers all the time. If you can't give your money, give your time to them. That is so valuable to kind of help those nonprofits. Saray Palmer, the woman who spoke on there, really good friend of mine. She is so sweet. I think she has more 24 hours in her day than I ever do in mine, because I think she's like involved in every nonprofit in Midland, I swear. Maybe not everyone, but she definitely seems like she's involved. And I think that all of us can do a little bit better about being involved in some of those amazing nonprofits in our area.
Yes.
Lots going on. And I mean, let's see, I'm trying to think of all those nonprofits. So many. So is there any that you've gotten involved with or gotten to see here on First Alert 7 that you would like to get involved with? We should do a volunteer day.
I would say I would love to do that. I was going to say, not really. I haven't really been too involved out here throughout the years. But of course, yeah, we hear about a ton of nonprofits here at First Alert 7, but none of them are ringing a bell this morning.
There's so many. Again, all of those up on firstalert7.com. Get involved. We're going to take a moment to give a news and weather update over on First Alert 7. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Good morning. I'm Lauren Munt here with meteorologist Sawyer McElroy. Sawyer, it's looking kind of nice outside. Can you tell us a little bit more about what viewers can expect as they head out?
Yeah, it is a little bit chilly this morning, but temperatures are going to warm up nicely. Feeling more like summer as opposed to spring, which starts officially tomorrow. Multiple near record temperatures coming up over the next few days with a very quick and short-lived drop in temperatures on Monday. Here's a live look outside of the skies of Fort Stockton this morning, where we are currently being blinded by the sun, but that means we have blue skies, sunshine, quiet conditions out there. Temperatures ranging from the 40s to the 50s this morning. 58 currently in Fort Stockton, 53 in both Midland and Odessa right now. Those winds anywhere from about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and we are seeing blue sky sunshine area-wide across West Texas and southeast New Mexico as we start off the day. Temperatures are going to warm nicely into the mid-70s by 11, mid-80s by 1. Those 90s coming up at 3 and 5. Highs across the region into the 80s and 90s by this afternoon and evening. 90 for both Midland and Odessa today, 93 for Pecos, 92 for Fort Stockton, 93 for Presidio, and winds remaining light through the day under those sunny skies. Coming up tonight, expect a few clouds with mostly clear skies expected. Lows very similar to what we saw this morning in the 40s and 50s as we head into our finally Friday. 55 for both Midland and Odessa overnight. Here's a look at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast, where we are going to see even warmer temperatures Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with highs in the mid to upper 90s. Then a very quick cool down Sunday into Monday as a cold front does pass through the area with highs from the upper 90s to the upper 70s between Sunday and Monday. Overall, though, as we continue throughout the next 10 days, well above normal temperatures and quiet conditions do look to stick around across West Texas and southeast New Mexico.
Thank you, Sawyer. In your education news this morning, Ector County ISD and the Education Foundation of Odessa are teaming up to modernize school libraries, turning them into student-centered spaces that spark a love of reading and support academic success. Take a look. They announced a $1 million partnership to fully renovate 4 campus libraries. The first project will be at Murray Fly Elementary. The next school will be named once that work is done. District leaders say the goal is to shift libraries from quiet rooms into active hubs for learning, community, and discovery. The foundation hopes to raise more money to expand the project to even more campuses. And happening today, a big night for country music fans in Midland, as Out West is kicking off a new chapter with a star-studded show. Take a look. The newly rebranded entertainment group Out West is hosting its very first concert since transitioning from the Tailgate, and they're doing it in a big way with a performance from the band. You might recognize their name. It's Midland. The show is today at the Horseshoe Arena in the Tall City at 6 p.m. Organizers say that the event marks the start of a new era for both the venue and its live music scene. Concert open to fans 16 and older, and it will be indoors. And the community had the chance to connect to dozens of local nonprofits at the Bush Convention Center yesterday in Midland, celebrating 3 years of getting the word out about nonprofits. Young professionals of Midland hosted around 40 organizations. Attendees moved through stations highlighting different ways that the organizations serve the community and, more importantly, ways to get involved.
There's such a need in the community, and they all specialize in a certain need, and it's really important that they are able to voice their mission and collect volunteers and hopefully board members.
All right, Young Professionals of Midland is a local organization that's focused on connecting and developing the leaders of tomorrow right here in the Permian Basin. It is so important to get involved. If you're not involved in a nonprofit already, you can visit our website, firstalert7.com, for details on how to. We'll have another check of the news and weather in about 30 minutes. Keep it right here on First Alert 7.
At Gray Digital Media, we develop the right message to grab attention and drive leads with custom strategies designed to grow your brand. Crush the streaming apps you know best. Cutting-edge strategies backed by local expertise. Connect you with customers right here in West Texas and wherever your audience is. Get results that matter to you and your business. GDM West Texas, we know local. Let's connect today. GDMWestTexas.com. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
we are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
We track every shift, big or small, and when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated?
How big of a problem is that?
We always try to give viewers a takeaway, something they can learn from a story.
Should they be revoking these certifications?
The public has a right to know.
There are things that affect our homes, that affect our families, that affect our health, that we are learning every day from these stories.
It allows us to tell the best of the best stories and show them to you every day.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2.
In a world full of goats. A goat. Big Billy Goat. We have a small goat here. Which MeTV show is the greatest of all time?
I haven't time to listen to goat stories.
Can only one goat be the goat?
The goat eats everything.
What do you know about goats? Or can more than one goat, folks, is bound to keep goats, be the goat?
We have a goat here.
Stupid goat. Find your greatest of all time.
The goat.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2. Every night at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight.
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now.
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
And what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first.
New tonight, we'll remember we were your First Alert when several
asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10.
Time now for Money with Mickey. In an effort to lower the price of gasoline, President Trump waived the shipping restrictions in the Jones Act. Meanwhile, this morning, we're here to explain this is Mickey Cargill from Cargill Investments. He joins us every Thursday on the show. Mickey, good morning to you. Great to have you here.
Good morning, Matthew.
So I'm curious, what is the Jones Act?
The Jones Act was passed 106 years ago in 1920. And the purpose of the act was to ensure that the U.S. had a strong fleet that could move goods from port to port. The Jones Act requires that a ship moving those goods must be U.S. built, U.S. owned, and U.S. crewed, and it has to fly under a U.S. flag. So the purpose of it was to make sure that we had, in wartime, the ability to move goods from port to port.
And so I'm curious, if you can break that down, how does this Jones Act, now that we know what that is, affect the price of gasoline?
Well, there are currently 93 ships that qualify under the Jones Act, and of those, about 55 are tankers. So they're moving crude and crude products from the Texas coast up to the East Coast and to the West Coast. So the idea is that if we allow foreign tankers to come in and start moving some of this product, it'll be easier to replace some of the oil that comes from the Mideast.
So will the 60-day waiver provide meaningful relief of high gas prices?
Well, it depends on who you ask. The Wall Street Journal reported that it would have less than 1 penny per gallon effect on gasoline. But I was able to find some studies from the University of Chicago back in 2023 that actually addressed it and said it could lower gasoline prices as much as 60 cents if the act was repealed. So with the 60-day waiver, it's unclear if anyone would really move a ship to move product for that short period, but it certainly lays the groundwork for something more broad to allow a lower price of gasoline.
So what can we expect right here in the Permian Basin about oil and gas prices specifically?
Well, it doesn't really affect us because, of course, we don't get our gasoline product from ships. But it does allow the prospect for more demand for U.S. product, which would be good for our area, probably lead to more drilling and more refining.
All right, Mickey Cargill with Cargill Investments getting a look at gas prices and what the Jones Act is. Mickey, thank you so much for your insight and advice on this.
Thank you, Matthew.
All right, so your Money with Mickey happening every Thursday on Wake Up West Texas and here on Wake Up West Texas Extra, all about being smart with your finances. And there are several people who are maybe being either very smart with their finances or not very smart with their finances as they put their brackets together for March Madness. Some people filling out their bracket that they think will be the perfect bracket that will get them that, I mean, big prize pot if you do have that perfect bracket. Never happened before, but if you don't, and you are in a pool and you're betting with people, we have like a family bet going on, you might be losing some money for picking the wrong team. Some of our friends over at Big CBS News in New York City, most of their faces you probably recognize from this channel, are participating in their office pool.
Now we have for you a little behind the scenes look at how they pick and who they're picking.
So who's going to win the CBS March Madness office pool? You know what? Let's walk around the office and see who they got. You ready? Come on.
Basketball is my favorite sport, so I actually have a lot of knowledge when it comes to picking the brackets. But when all else fails, my tried and true is the color of the uniforms or the player and the coach's backstory.
I always pick the Ivy League team to win because I want to see the nerds like me actually triumph over the jocks.
We all do a bracket. Everybody picks a different one, and the one who seems to win every year is the dog. You won one year, the dog wins most years. And I don't even know who picks the dog's bracket.
First, I do my research. Then I consider all the facts, go through all my options, because I want to get it right.
I always like to go wild card, right? Because there's always that one team that just throws a kerfuffle into everyone's initial bracket.
I'm a huge Gonzaga fan. So I've been following them for decades, which has been heartbreaking. Been in the finals twice and got beat each of those times. But like a murder mystery, I'm trying to solve Gonzaga's inability to win it all.
Boldest prediction is that the team with the highest number of baskets will be declared the winner at the end of this tournament.
All right, we have our own office pool going on. We don't know what anyone's picked yet because it doesn't show it until noon today when they're locked. I've also talked about it. Who do you have, Sawyer?
U of A.
U of A. Okay, I've got UConn. I'm feeling pretty okay about my bracket. How do you choose your bracket?
I just kind of chose.
I go by like vibes.
It's not really vibes either. It just was like. Dun, dun,
you just were like...
Yeah, I was just going through it. I was like, I don't care. I was like, okay, click this, click this. I literally, if I would have had a keyboard, I would have been like...
Yeah.
Because I just
I have like a good mix, I feel like. I know some of the things, and so there's some things that I'm like, I know that like it's like statistically like... There's certain upsets that happen more often. I'm about to lose a remote. There's certain statistics that upsets that happen more than others, and so I kind of pick there. And then there's some that I'm like, well, like I know like my boyfriend's cousin went to Villanova, so I'm gonna pick Villanova, or like my aunt went to UCLA. So like there's like random like connections to things, and if I have some kind of, even if it's like the farthest connection possible, if I have a connection, that's the team.
That is kind
I'm
of random
picking.
for sure.
It's just vibes, and we'll see. I mean, you never know.
I know our producer Carlos, he is stuck with a lot of Texas teams. I think he went with U of H.
Okay. Yeah. Matthew did the same thing. He's got Texas Tech winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because he went with Texas teams.
Interesting.
I went with a lot of Texas teams, I will say. I do have some Texas teams going farther than I probably should, just because they are Texas.
I think I only chose Texas teams for like maybe the first round. I chose Tech for the first round, and then I was like, okay, whatever.
I have several going.
But
I have Tech going a
we'll
little
have
bit.
to see how it goes. Matthew actually did pretty well last year. I was out maybe in the Sweet 16, maybe.
I genuinely don't remember.
What's the 8? Elite 8. I was like Fab 8. I don't know.
Fab 8, Elite 8. Elite 8,
Fab
Final
8.
4.
Yes, but anyway, so we'll have to see. I don't really follow basketball in general, but especially not college basketball. I'm not big into college sports. We've discussed this before on Wake Up West Texas. Jacob always makes fun of me because I don't care about college football at all.
Really?
I don't watch college football. Like, I'm not into it.
College basketball to me is better than the NBA. I really believe that. I'd rather watch. Although I have like decided. I'm from Texas. I'm born and raised in Texas. My parents are from California, and so all of like the sports teams that I've grown up with are California teams. But I have decided that basketball is the sport it's not a sport that my family ever watched, and so it is the sport that I'm fully committed to a Texas team on. I've decided to fully commit to the Spurs. I'm going to be their biggest fan. I don't know much about them. They have Victor Wembanyama, the tall dude. Yeah, that's all I got. That's everything I know, but I've committed to being their biggest fan so that I can support the Lone Star State there. But yeah, college basketball is usually the only thing I kind of follow. And again, it's not really following. It's like a vague semi-understanding of some things that happen in college basketball. There's not much there. I'm more of a baseball kind of girl, so basketball is not really there for me. But
speaking of, Rockhound season starts soon.
So close.
I'm very excited.
We're almost
there.
there.
Some games this year.
Absolutely.
Marty texting the group chat. What games do you want to go to?
March is for baseball. If you ask Jay Hendricks,
that's literally his bracket.
That's his bracket name.
March is for baseball.
March is for baseball, and he is not wrong. But I am looking forward to some madness going on this month and seeing how everyone does on their basketball. If you haven't filled out your bracket yet, you still have time. You have until, I believe, noon today to fill out that bracket before it locks in. It might be like 11:30.
I was gonna say the first game starts at 11:15, I believe.
Oh, then
so
you got
maybe 11.
Do it soon. Do your bracket, and if you need help on your bracket, yesterday Jacob Brandenburg came on Wake Up West Texas Extra. Sat here with Matthew Alvarez. You can go find that on our Facebook page, or of course on our First Alert 7 app under Wake Up West Texas Extra. Go watch that. He does a great breakdown of all of the things. It's really fun to watch, even if you've already filled out your bracket. I had already had my bracket filled out when he was going through it, and there are some things that I was like going through, and I was like, oh yeah. He said some things, he'd be like, this is the pick I would make. And I'm like, oh good, it's the pick I made. And then
he also went with U of A, and I was like, and his tiebreaker.
It makes you feel better.
Like similar to what my I think my tiebreaker is like 155, and he went with like 142, 147. So I was like, I knew that myself.
I feel pretty good. If
I'm
Jacob
so
Brandenburg,
glad.
If Jacob Brandenburg said it, then I'm going to go with it. But there were also some things where I was like pretty confident in my little like upset, and he'd be like, "This is the worst pick you could have made," and
and Lauren's like,
"He's not wrong." But we'll see if there's an upset. There's an upset. I'm going to have the bracket there. So we're hoping for some good upsets there on March Madness. Really looking forward to everything.
We have 2 games. First one today. I think it's TCU. Quite honestly.
I have no idea.
So it is a Texas team.
Yep.
And then
here on First Alert 7
starting.
So
I think he said at 11:15, and then same thing tomorrow as well. And really, basketball games throughout the day. I know an evening crew sometimes has to stay here super late because of the basketball games. Luckily, we don't have to deal with any of that on our shift.
We're here too early to deal with it.
We're here too early to deal with that. But so tune in to First Alert 7 to watch those March Madness games. But of course, First Alert 7 to watch your news as well.
All right, we have so much more coming up here on Wake Up West Texas Extra, so don't go anywhere, but we're going to take a quick little break.
Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
we are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
We track every shift, big or small, and when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Maker's map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Should this be better regulated? Should I be concerned? Do you recall when you became aware of that law?
The beauty of this show is that we have a team of reporters all across the country.
From very diverse backgrounds.
The public has a right to know.
How big of a problem is that?
Should they be revoking these certifications?
I think viewers are looking for something different, something fresh, something that feels helpful to them.
In a world full of goats.
A goat. Big Billy Goat.
We have a small goat here. Which Me TV show is the greatest of all time?
I haven't time to listen to goat stories.
Can only one goat be the goat?
The goat eats everything.
What do you know about goats? Or can more than one goat,
folks, is bound to keep goats,
be the goat?
We have a goat here.
Stupid goat. Find your greatest of all time.
The goat.
Watch on Me TV channel 30.2. Every night at 10,
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here. New tonight.
First Alert 7 News is where West Texas turns for what's happening right now.
Reporting at the First Alert desk, I'm Lauren Munt.
And what's happening next.
Well, it is a First Alert 7 weather day.
Bringing the stories important to you first.
New tonight, we'll remember we were your First Alert when several
asking the right questions and finding solutions.
Keeping your family safe just got easier.
First Alert 7 is working for you.
First Alert 7 News at 10. Here in the Permian Basin, change can come fast, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At First Alert 7,
we are going to be looking at scattered showers and thunder showers.
We track every shift, big or small. And when we know, you'll know.
Here's what we're tracking here on the Weather Makers map.
We are continuing to see some showers and thunderstorms.
Plan your day clearly and easily with the First Alert Weather Team. Changes will happen, but with First Alert 7 weather, you'll be ready.
It's super, it's science, it's fiction.
What is it?
It's Super Sci-Fi Saturday night on MeTV. After Sven gets swept away in adventures beyond our world, promising spaceships, lasers, giants, other worlds, and robots.
I will do my part.
Super Sci-Fi Saturday night.
Watch on MeTV Channel 30.2.
All right, we have West Texas weighs in. Lots of polls going on right now. Some very exciting trivia questions that we're kind of hoping, we're feeling pretty confident in, Sawyer, I think.
I am.
And everyone else seems to be agreeing with us. The question here, which of the following tortoise facts is not true? The answers, or the possible answers, I should say. Some tortoises have lived over 200 years. Tortoises are strong swimmers. Tortoises do not have teeth, and tortoises are excellent diggers. We believe the answer to be that they are strong swimmers. We don't think that that's true.
No, I think they like water. But anytime I've seen a tortoise, it's only like a couple inches of water. It's not like
too big.
It's not like swimmable. Yeah, I think their shells weigh like a ton. They're like super heavy on them, so they can't float. But we will have to see in about 10, 15 minutes or so what the answer is.
Quite soon we're going to have the answers, so you better lock in your choices ASAP. And we have more questions to get through. If you could only keep one modern invention, which would you pick?
Most people say air conditioning. They are also on the same page with us.
They're so right, because
yeah, I agree.
It's going to be like 98 this weekend.
Yeah,
right?
97.
I don't know why I said that so confidently, as if I know anything about the weather.
It's close enough.
So you're the one who would tell me that.
It's fine.
No, it's gonna be hot.
Yeah. My air conditioning will be on.
Same.
My air conditioning, I was gonna say has been on, but no, it hasn't. I'm actually just ceiling fanning it right now, but because every room I have has a ceiling fan, so that's good. But yeah, definitely need my air conditioning. I could live without a smartphone, and it doesn't just say phone. So as long as I had like a flip phone, like my first
you're right.
My first 2-3 phones were flip phones or the slidey phones.
My first phone was definitely an iPhone, but I didn't get it till I was much older. No, I didn't get my first phone.
My first phone I got it in 2009, and it was a purple Motorola Razr.
I was like in high school, I think, when I got my first. I guess it was junior high. I was in 8th grade.
And it was beautiful. It was great, and you had to punch the keys and to text and do 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2
to text.
To text, yeah. It had the like buttons where you had to like click it to go through. So
I did never have to deal with that.
So that was fun. And then my second phone was an LG slide phone, and
those things are so cool. I always wanted one.
You never.
I would take one. No, I didn't. I've only had iPhones. I would take one now. I would 100%. If I had to give up my start phone, I would get a slide phone. That or my mom had what do they call it? I think it's Motorola, but it's like a brick, but it's like I don't even have to figure it out. It's like it looks like the phone, but it's like half the size of like my phone, and it had a little like antenna sticking out of it, and you could play Bejeweled on it.
Oh,
that's all.
Yeah, so that was like one of those ancient phones.
What was ancient? Don't call it ancient. That was only like 20 years ago.
Brick. That in my mind seems ancient.
I'm gonna Google it. Old phone that had Bejeweled.
Was it a
This
BlackBerry?
Is what happens when the two Gen Zers are on the.
Was it a BlackBerry?
I don't think so. What does a BlackBerry look like?
Kind of like
Gosh,
that.
the viewers are gonna be so mad at us.
It's okay.
Old phone that had Bejeweled on it, and I should just text my mother. And an antenna.
No, she should be watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Deborah?
Yes. Anyway, but no, after my slide phone, I had like a weird flip phone, so it could be vertical and it could be horizontal, and it didn't flip. It was like folded out. So that was kind of fun because it would go this way and it would go this way, and I had really fun ringtones on it. I remember.
Is it an Nokia?
Yes.
Is that what they were? No, it was this. Maybe it was a BlackBerry.
Yeah. From what you're describing, I'm assuming it was.
No, but it had an antenna.
I think Blackberries did have an antenna.
It looked like this one.
And none of us
zoom in.
can see
I don't think
what
anyone
you
can
are
see it.
doing.
I'm not as skilled as Matthew. He would have been able to bring it up. I can't. I don't know how to do that, but I'll show you.
Which one? The one on the left, the far left. That is a BlackBerry. That is definitely a BlackBerry.
And it had Bejeweled on it, and I remember all those little buttons, and it had Bejeweled.
That has to be a BlackBerry.
It says it's Nokia.
Oh.
It's a BlackBerry. Mary's like, it's a BlackBerry.
Our director's like, yeah, it's a BlackBerry.
It's a BlackBerry. Yeah, with the little antenna. That's exactly what it was. I would go to that phone. I would have that phone if I had to get rid of my smart. Although, is that considered a smartphone? Of their time?
Of their time, yeah. I mean, it had games on it.
Let's see. Is a BlackBerry a smartphone?
I mean, they have BlackBerry smartphones now. Yes.
Old BlackBerry. Would you call it ancient? It was not ancient.
Hey.
Phone. Is it, what were we asking? Is it a smartphone?
Yes.
I don't think it was. What does Google say? Let's see. Not smartphones. Old BlackBerry phones are not smartphones in the modern sense. While they were considered some of the best smartphones of their time, BlackBerry has since shifted its focus.
So they were a smartphone back then.
But not anymore. So I feel like it's modern. This says old BlackBerry phones are not smartphones in the modern sense.
Oh, so you couldn't have a BlackBerry
we can
now,
get rid
is
of
what
our
you're saying.
Yeah, we can get rid of our smartphones.
No, I'd
and get
100% grab those phones that I used to have. I actually honestly might still have I think it was an LG, but yeah, like I said, it flipped and it had a zebra case because zebra was all the rage. I had a zebra case. It was so fun.
I had chevron everything, not zebra.
That's fine.
It was chevron and turquoise. So we can switch to those BlackBerries, or we can prank everyone in the office by replacing everyone's iPhones with BlackBerries.
That would be fun.
Who would be the best at handling that prank? Matthew, Sawyer, Lauren, or Jacob?
Matthew is winning right now, 46%. I disagree with
flooding
that.
the votes.
He definitely votes on 3 devices.
He's like voting on on his 5 million phones because he's definitely got an extra BlackBerry somewhere that he's voting on. That's why I think he'd be good at it. That he's so nice. Our director just said he's so nice that people wouldn't expect it. That's why I think he'd be good.
I don't know. I feel like Matthew doesn't have a good poker face either.
No, he absolutely does. And he's so sarcastic. I'll be like, Matthew, you want to go to lunch? And he's like, no. Like he just has that vibe.
We pranked our old producer. He had to go to Lubbock for something, or no, it was Jacob. And we're like, what are you going to Lubbock for? And we're like, to coach softball.
To coach softball?
She fully believed it.
She believed it, that you guys were going to coach softball?
Yeah.
Have you ever even played softball?
Me? Yes.
Oh, really?
This was Matthew, though.
Oh.
Or Jacob. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Jacob. But still, it was just so funny. And we're like, yes, Jacob Brandenburg has definitely done softball throughout the years.
Oh, for sure.
But
they're volleyball.
Yeah, it was for volleyball. But anyway,
okay, so our
make
next
sure
poll.
to go.
Oh, you want to go? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, make sure to go to firstalert7.com/vote to vote on these. Do we have one
more?
There's
more things. There's one more thing to vote on. Which of the following superpowers would you pick? Would you like to see into the future, see into the past, never get tired, or never get hungry?
I'm intrigued that 37% and see into the future is winning.
I don't want to know the future.
No, me neither.
I'm scared of what if I see something bad?
No, exactly.
I don't want
to do that.
I would see into the past. That seems okay. I would see into the past. But the future, no, I don't want anything to do with that. That's none of my business.
No, exactly.
That's future Lauren's problem.
Literally.
That's literally future Lauren's problem. That's none of my business.
No, I agree. I would not want to see into the future. That just sounds, I'd be too scared, or I'd see something that I wouldn't want to know, and then be terrible at not telling somebody, and then I would mess it up or whatever, or be anxious the whole time. It'd be like, okay, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? Because do you get to know when exactly it is? I don't know. Is it just 2 minutes into the future? Is it years into the future? You never know.
I would like to see 2 minutes into the future. I could do that. I'd like to know what's happening in the next 2 minutes.
I don't know. My days are pretty predictable.
But I do, you know what I do know is happening in the next 2 minutes?
Ah.
And that is a cut-in on First
No,
Alert.
it's 30 seconds, actually.
30 seconds. We'll be right back in just a few minutes as we go for a news and weather update for our friends over on First Alert 7.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Good morning. I'm Lauren Munt here with meteorologist Sawyer McElroy. Sawyer, give us a check on how it's looking outside.
Yeah, you know, we are starting to see those temperatures warming up across the region, feeling more like summer as opposed to spring, which starts tomorrow with multiple near record days. A very quick and short-lived drop in temperatures coming up on Monday. But as we head throughout the majority of the next 10 days, going to see well above normal temperatures. Looking outside this morning over the skies of Fort Stockton, blue sky, sunshine, temperature sitting at 58 degrees there. Temperatures across the region in the 40s and 50s, 53 currently in both Midland and Odessa. Winds are light, anywhere from being calm to about 10 miles per hour. And we are starting off the day with blue sky, sunshine, quiet conditions area wide. Looking at our hourly temperatures are going to warm nicely into the mid 70s by 11, mid 80s by 1, 90s coming up 3, 4, 5, and 6 p.m. as well. Highs will warm into the 80s and 90s across West Texas and Southeast New Mexico, 90 for Midland and Odessa, 93 for Pecos, 92 for Fort Stockton, 93 for Presidio, and winds will remain light under sunny skies as we continue through the day. Coming up tonight, expect mostly clear skies, lows into the 40s and 50s as we head into our finally Friday, 55 for both Midland and Odessa. Here's a look at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast where we are going to just continue to see temperatures climbing over the next few days with highs into the mid to upper 90s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and even a few triple digits for those far southern portions of the region. A cold front will pass through the area on Monday, cooling things down for just a day into those upper 70s before we see those 90s returning to the forecast and quiet conditions sticking around as we head throughout the next 10 days as well.
This is your first alert that Texas DPS is investigating a deadly crash in Glasscock County. Troopers say it happened Tuesday around 2:50 p.m. at FM 2401 and FM 1357. Now officials say an SUV failed to yield at a stop sign and was hit by an 18-wheeler with a trailer. DPS say the driver of the SUV was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The passenger, 36-year-old Sean Durate, died at the scene. The driver of the 18-wheeler was not hurt, and the crash is still under investigation. And after 8 years of delay, the city of Odessa is set to have its audit completed on time. Mayor Cal Hendrick and city council members have made getting the city's finances back on track a top priority since they all took office in November of 2024. Now, the latest audit is now scheduled for consideration at next week's city council meeting on Tuesday, March 24th. Agenda item 6 calls for the council to review, approve, and officially file the City of Odessa's fiscal year 2024-2025 annual financial report. Now, additionally, in just the past 18 months, the city leaders have filed 3 overdue audits and are now on track to meet the current deadline by the end of March. The last time Odessa submitted an audit on time was during the 2017 to 2018 fiscal year. Medical Center Hospital, in collaboration with the Texas Tech University's Health Science Center, opened its community diabetes clinic in Odessa yesterday. The ribbon cutting marking 2 years of MCH serving diabetes patients in West Texas. The move from the old clinic allows underinsured and uninsured patients to receive the full course of treatment all in one place, expanding the hospital's reach but condensing the complicated experience for anyone in need.
It's a population that is underserved here, and we know that basic treatment of it and learning how to live with it is so very important for quality of life, and so that's why it's so important to have this, to be able to offer this community diabetes clinic is so very important.
The clinic will be open every Wednesday from 4 to 8 p.m. and MCH says that no appointments are necessary and walk-ins are encouraged during business hours. Now, we have so many news and weather headlines up on our website. That's firstalert7.com, and be sure to tune in at noon. All right, thank you guys for joining us here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. We had so much fun, but before we close out for the day, we want to give you guys results from our trivia question of the second hour. That question is, which of the following tortoise facts is not true? Number 1 answer being some tortoises have lived over 200 years, tortoises are strong swimmers, tortoises do not have teeth, and tortoises are excellent diggers. Sawyer with the answer.
80% of you are correct.
We're right.
Tortoises are not strong swimmers. I feel
right.
like I knew that. Turtles can.
Right.
Tortoises are not great.
They
I mean, they can,
They just
but it's
don't.
not strong. And like I said, yeah,
It's okay,
they're-
me too.
in their enclosure, it's usually like a small, pool of like 1 to 2 inches of water, not very deep, because they like to cool down, but can't swim very well.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for streaming with us, and we'll be back here, Sawyer and I, tomorrow. Tune in. Make it a great day.